start with asking about, you guys are, considered favorites to get back to the Cup final. You're going to get everyone's best game this year. Just a thought on knowing that everyone's going to come in here and use you guys as a measuring stick this year.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was kind of similar last year too, right? We're media darlings or whatever to make it to the finals, whatever the case may be, and obviously we had a tough start. So I think that we can learn from that. When you have success, other teams are prepared. When you have two of the best players in the world, you have the best player and the second best player, like nobody's coming in here tippy-toeing around, right? They know that we have a good team and we got to be prepared because everybody's a good team in this league. There's no bad teams.
So no easy nights then, like that these guys are going to come and everyone's going to try and bring it every night that they play you guys.
Yeah, especially early on. Everybody's at zero. Everybody has high aspirations for their team. Everybody wants to make the playoffs, so it's a fresh slate.
Do you have a sense for the way this group sets up? Different than last year in a lot of ways, and kind of where some of your strengths and weaknesses might be? Do you have a feel for it?
We'll find out. I think you'll find out really quickly as the season goes on. You find out what kind of team you have. You go into every season. I'm sure management goes into every season, and everybody has plans. And oftentimes, probably every time, something changes. So, really, going into a new season, you just want to get off to a good start, and you want to get a feel for what kind of group you have, what your identity is. You think but regular season obviously shows exactly what you need to work on, what your team's good at, and you want to get out ahead.
Does the turnaround feel like kind of standing here ready to go with the regular season again? Does it feel like you just wrapped up, or does it feel like you're ready to get going here? It's been a while.
It feels like camp's been a while, so it feels like it's we're ready to roll and ready to start a brand new year with a bunch of new faces, obviously, who now feel like they've been part of the team for a while. Because, like I said, camp's long when you have 8 preseason games.
Thanks to the magic of Amazon, we got to hear your post-game speech after Game 7. It was awesome.
Thank you.
You said it was the worst feeling you could ever possibly have, and you sort of said to guys, you got to come back because we're going to be there again.
Yeah, I should clarify, probably worst feeling you can have in the sports. There are other things in life that hit closer to home, obviously. But in that particular moment, I think everybody understood what I was saying, and it was hard. Like it's one of the hardest things you have to go through. You give everything to hockey, and you're that close away from achieving your dream since you're a little kid, and all of a sudden you've got to just immediately come to the realization that it's not happening, and you got to start from scratch. Right? I think that's a tough feeling in the moment to you're mourning that loss right away, and you're hearing the celebrations from the other room, and it's just it's not fun. And we sat there in silence for a long time, not moving really, and it was tough. I think the show did a good job of kind of capturing moments that you wouldn't traditionally see, right? I think so. I hope it's well received. I hope that it brings more fans to the game.
What sports is always about learning from everything that happens to you, whether you make a mistake or maybe you don't make a mistake. You learn from that too. What possibly could be learned? What positive could come from that episode, from that time in that dressing room,
Sure,
that you could take into this year that makes your team better?
Well, I think experience of being on that stage. I don't think it's quite like anything else. Like that first Stanley Cup playoff game, final game I should say, is different. They have the cup on the ice. It's just a different feeling being that close. Obviously Florida had done it the year before and they had that experience, so hopefully we can have that experience bringing it into this year. If you can get the opportunity to be on that stage again, which everybody's striving for, that's the goal here obviously, to have a good start, right? I think that's the key. But yeah, you learn a lot from that experience, and it's something that you live with and you move on and you get ready for another journey.
It's such a long road to even get to the playoffs, and then the playoffs themselves are another really long road. So as you stand in the here and now, is it a concerted effort to just not look ahead, not look behind,
Yeah.
and just try and live in the moment?
Yeah, I think it's a great point. I think you have two ways of looking about it. Just, you're You can either be hung up on what happened. You could be looking into the future of like, oh, we're going to be back there, but we did that last year and it didn't turn out well for us in the beginning. So you just have to be present. You have to enjoy every day. Like we have the best job in the world. We get to play hockey for a living, and every day is fun in itself, and every day is a new adventure, and you got to live in the moment. And we have a great opportunity to start the season off well tomorrow. So I think that's the message for the whole group is, there's nothing guaranteed in this league. You got to earn it, and we've learned the hard way last year, like we did. So